It's been a busy day here at FESPA in Barcelona. Tons of interviews already, and we're still actually on the Brother and Mutual booth. They are just across each other. I don't know if it's a incident or it just happens to be like that. But now I am with Heiner. Good to see you.
Hello, Morten.
Industrial print.
Correct.
You hear it more and more. I think still some people are a little bit, what is it actually?
What is industrial printing? Of course, industrial printing depends on the volume. It depends on the applications you are providing to the customers. There is maybe not a real definition of industrial printing. It's a range of customers' needs, and and then of course you have machinery, also price-wise, low-end, high-end. Where is the border? It's a definition item.
I can tell you that sometimes I find it interesting because yesterday I spoke to some people and they defined it a little bit like, okay, we also deliver printing presses to the car industry.
Yeah.
So that was like the moment where you're not delivering to a printing company, then it becomes like industrial print. And that is, I don't know if it's a good definition, but it maybe explains a little bit. So it's actually machines and technology that is specific for other industries than print, right?
Correct, exactly.
And
it's overlapping.
And what do you deliver, and to who do you deliver industrial products?
So we deliver our industrial printing machines to our partners and dealers all around EMEA area where we are responsible for. And they are delivering to small customers, to medium customers, to high-end customers. Of course, every customer is important, definitely. But they have different kind of needs. And this is something what we are trying with our local partners to find out and to make the best support for these customers. But of course, we also have very big customers which have hundreds of machinery.
Really?
And of course, they have a productivity of thousands and thousands of prints every day, individual prints, but also promotion, merchandising, all this kind of range. And of course, in this kind of range, they are really high-end industrial equipment, let's say. They are in need of that equipment.
Is it also like this when you talk about companies that have hundreds of your machines, for example? Are they like beacons for the industry, like light towers, where this is like where people want to go in that direction?
I don't understand exactly the question.
Yeah, you know that, for example, if you look at the commercial printing side, you see that Flyer Alarm, Vistaprint, and so they are like, this is where everybody is looking like. This is these are the companies that define the future of some print, at least, right?
Yeah.
So the big ones that are working with you, are they also like their definitions of the future, or?
Yeah, that's the point. What is the future? Nobody knows yet.
That's
so
true too.
In that case, of course, these big players are essential for the industry, and they are very important for the industry.
Yeah.
But there is also niche markets, and the niche market is often very, very innovative.
Yeah.
Our major market, Italy, for example, for textile printing, they are very innovative, printing not only on a T-shirt, on a bag or something like that, also on leather shoes or whatever they want to imagine. And they are, of course, also very important for us to learn from the applications, and also for, let's say, the smaller ones. They have the localization. They are very active locally. The people know each other, relationship, and this is something where still these small customers have a big chance to make big business. And
And Brother is basically a supplier, as you say. We really like all our customers. So basically, when you work with all these customers, you of course have to understand that, okay, here is somebody who could be innovative and make the next chapter. And here are the scale where we make it because there's a lot of money in it as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody is trying to fit to the needs of the customers.
Yeah. So when you work in this segment, is there any like stories of companies where they have really given you a big surprise?
A big surprise.
In the application space. I mean that you come into a printing company and you see they have, now you mentioned the leather shoes.
I understand.
Yeah.
There was indeed one company in Italy, and we're coming back to Italy, sorry, but there are many, let's say, beautiful companies in other countries. But in Italy, there was a customer who was using 28 different kind of steps to produce a pair of shoe, to print a pair of shoe. 28 different steps with primer, with printing, with preparation, with drying, with coating, with whatever. and they succeeded to make a fantastic, unique product and a high-end product, and they got a lot of margin. So that was really impressive to see how many things they are taking into mind and then to try to find a solution. And that was really something I was really surprised. That's, yeah.
And on the other scale, when you come to the really, really big ones, can it give you a little bit like, whoa, this is just all my machines, there's so many here. I mean, do you also have that feeling sometimes?
Sometimes, yes. And there is one customer behind you, and which I'm let's say, I know him very well since many, many years. And he had a lot of generations of our garment printers. And there is a specific relationship. When you see these machinery growing and the company growing, and we are talking as business friends, what is coming next, Heiner? What he needs to invest in the future? What about automation? What about software? So many questions, and that is something where you have a relationship growing, interesting of each other. Let's say what he is expecting, where he wants to go, and I think something where we can learn from each other, and that is the beauty of the industry.
Yeah, and your colleague Koji, he said to me, there's like, because I asked him how it is working in your headquarters in Japan, and he said there is like a kind of mantra of being a brother because you live up to your name of your brother. So when you talk about that very in-deep relationship you have with your customers, do you see them as kind of like a brotherhood kind of brother, not like a family member, of course, but more like that it is also something that you take very serious in your relationship with your customers, or?
Yes. So we have a lot of discussions inside Brother about our slogan, "At Your Side." And I'm sure Koji was telling you something about "At Your Side." And this is not only a slogan, it's for us. We even have a book where it's mentioned the DNA of Brother. And I think this is something where we learn that relationship is one of the major important thing, or let's say practice, to have something for the future, to give something back to the society and also to our customers. Relationship is somehow the key of a long-term and a trustful working together atmosphere.
How long have you been with Brother?
Nowadays 22 years.
22 years. And I guess that in Europe, it's not so common that we are with companies for so long. So I guess that it just shows that both the, let's say, the education and promotional process, and also the company as such is a great company working for, right?
Yes, especially the Japanese are really taking care about their employees. And this is something very high value. They are trying to understand, they try to support their employees and to grow them. And this is something where it's not easy to escape, Morten. I'm sorry to say, but it's something really special. And especially during these days where everything is very unsure, I think this kind of let's say, where you can feel sure and responsibility, I think this is something which really feels good, really good.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir.